Heyo guys and girls, welcome back to another video. In this one we are going to be talking about IGN reviewing SMT 5. Now, I don't think anything's terribly wrong with the review other than the fact that he only really compared it to Persona 5 and has not played a single SMT game. At least that's what it seems like, because the only time he mentions SMT is when he's referring to how the series is and how hard it is, not saying that he actually played it. So, yeah, this ain't a good review. Now, this dude just goes on to say it's Persona without the heart and whatever, but you do realize that SMT is legitimately supposed to be, I'm going to kill gods today. I don't care about my friends. I just want to destroy demons and eviscerate everyone around me. Man, that sounds really dark, but it's so true. And don't get me wrong, he has full right to criticize the story in any which way he wants, but comparing it to Persona 5 and essentially saying that, oh, these characters didn't have social links, so they're underdeveloped, just really put a sour taste in my mouth, and I really do not understand why this comparison was made when other games that don't have social links portray friends pretty decently, so saying that they're half-baked makes me think oddly about this review. I'm just gonna point that out there. But is it bad to compare Persona 5 to SMT 5 or vice versa? No, not really. You just have to do it in the right way. Like, let's just say, like, you know, like the demon models with an SMT 5 because they looked all blurry compared to Persona 5 being on the PS4 and with more capable hardware. And that's one of the criticisms that I have with the game only being on the Switch, is the fact that there's going to probably be a performance dip because of the fact that it's not available on other platforms like PC or PlayStation. It's only available on Switch, aging hardware as ports become more increasingly difficult to port on there, and how everything's pretty much moving towards cloud-based gaming. So little like criticisms there I can completely understand, because I noticed it in the pre-release footage or some trailers of the demons. So I mean, again, it's early footage, and I'm going to say that they're still working on it. Well, I mean, it's closer to release, but at the time, yeah, they were still working on it, so of course. Then I'm pretty certain they also moved to Unreal 4, but I could be wrong on that. So that's why something would look different in comparison to how the models would look in Persona 5, for instance. And let me bring a point up that you can compare their combat systems, because they're both turn-based RPGs, they're still in the same genre. However, you have to also have that understanding that a game will do a JRPG mechanic differently, as SMT and Persona are different and will do two different things differently in their own way, in their own style. So I just want to like put that out there. I'm just saying that, yeah, it is okay to compare and contrast to which one you like and prefer better, but I just want to point that out. It's not a bad thing to compare these two games, as some people make it out to be, in that we have to accept a game for how it is, which no. That's like saying, oh yeah, I want to accept Jack and Daxter: The Lost Frontier for the way it is and how crappily it was handled. A game deserves criticism, but it deserves criticism in the right way to further improve the franchise going forward, than to, I guess, make it into a game that it's actually not. So I think what happened with the IGN thing, pretty much, they never played an SMT game, they only played Persona, so the only basis they had to go off of was Persona 5, to then play and review SMT 5, and just with how different it was, it came out, I think, more negative than he intended it to, or more comparing to Persona 5 than he intended it to. Because that was the only foundation that he had to go off of an Atlas game. That's just my opinion, though. And I think IGN should just hire like content creators, but I think the content creators would make more money than IGN would give them for making a review on SMT5. So they just need to hire more people that will actually want to review a game but actually have a lot of knowledge upon that game, because I just think this is the problem that gaming journalists just runs into nowadays, which is why companies like IGN are getting replaced with YouTubers essentially, because they're more reputable and know what they're talking about than gaming journalists nowadays. And at the end here, I'm going to say that I may or may not review SMT5 because I particularly haven't played SMT games really. I've only played 3 and I got really bored of 3 just because I needed to grind a bit to beat Matador in the sewers, so I just kind of got drained because the environment was so bland, and that's my criticism of SMT3 comparatively to other games that I've played that are turn-based JRPGs. So that's just me, for instance. And of course, with the PS2 emulator, I got motion sickness for whatever reason, so I actually did try to play it on my PS3, but then I broke my PS3 trying to play it, so I'm just sad about that still. And I've been wanting to get back into it with the PC port, but the PC port, or, you know, the remaster in general, is not that great, and it doesn't have, like, the same bells and whistles as, you know, Persona 5 Royal or Persona 4 Golden. The remaster excludes content that is already available on the PS2 version, and tries to resell you it. They just have you trying to buy all this content when, like, Persona 5 and Persona 4's remaster, quote-unquote, got more content than what they pretty much extracted from SMT3, a PS2 game that's they want $50 for it, and it just makes no sense to me, okay? But oh no, I just compared SMT's remaster to Persona's remasters, so was that a bad thing? I don't think so, because it's just there's no equal value there in terms of charging $50 for something that was just a port versus charging $60 for essentially the same game with added content. You see what I mean? And then they cut content from the original PS2 release, so it's really confusing to even why that it costs $50, sell it for $30 at this point. Okay, enough about SMT3's remaster, but at the end of the day, yes, you can compare in a review about what you did like and liked more in whatever other game, but you have to also accept the fact that a game will do stuff differently and not the way you like it. Alright, I think I've pressed my case here. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.